shake it, baby.
Good morning. We are on the road, as you can see. Just outside of Wrightsville, Virginia, but I stopped there and took me a 10-hour break last night. And I'm on 77, just south of 81, the junction, heading to Charlotte, North Carolina. Got on a 5-stop load, 3,000-pound load, which is the only reason why I came to West Virginia and this particular part of North Carolina that I've been going through, because it's a light load. That's the only reason why. Other than that, I probably wouldn't have booked it. But the rates wasn't bad. Golly, I think it was like around $2.90 a mile, $2.90 a mile, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I'm getting about 8.5 miles to the gallon, if not a little bit more. And that's always a good thing. But yeah, I got a few stops here in Charlotte this morning, and then I shoot over to Georgia for tomorrow morning with 2 stops, ending in Duluth, Georgia. And then from there, I'll be reloading about a 30-mile deadhead from my drop in Duluth, and I'll be going to Salina, Kansas. Yeah, Salina, Kansas, for a 5 a.m. Sunday delivery. It's Thursday morning, and they just give you an idea of what's going on. I actually left my house Tuesday night and went to LaGrange, Indiana, which is where I got this load. And I did that so I could have a clean clock when I got loaded the next morning, which was the drop and hook. The load wasn't going to be ready until around 9 o'clock that morning. So doing so, I was able to have a clean clock, because it was a tight window, somewhat, but it's cool. I got to be down here at 10 o'clock, and I'll be there probably about 10 minutes till, give or take. But I got delayed yesterday, man. My air conditioner went out on me, which was the wrong time for that to happen. We're supposed to have historic temperatures with heat. Down here in North Carolina, it's supposed to be the hottest it has ever been recorded. The Midwest, Southeast, supposed to be unreasonably hot. But all of a sudden, my air conditioning started to work again. So I'm gonna put this out, man. So hopefully, somebody in the comments or someone who follows the channel knows what this could be or have experienced this issue before. So about a year and a half ago, so I was in Detroit and I made a delivery, and my air just stopped working. It just stopped working. And I'm not just start the history. My AC compressor is fairly new. Now it's about 2.5 years old. Okay. But it just stopped working. I'm thinking something was wrong. I shut my truck down. I'm trying to figure out anything. And then all of a sudden it started to work. Never had this problem again. A couple weeks ago, I was coming out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, heading home, and my truck was pretty cold, so I turned the temperature down on my truck. Basically, the thermostat in my truck, I turned it down so so it wouldn't be so cold. It's like you normally would. I turned it down, tried to back out of it so this guy could get over it. The truck sitting on the shoulder. You didn't see me try to be courteous. It's all right. But yeah, I did that. I turned the thermostat down, and all of a sudden, I started to feel air that was blowing that wasn't cooled by Freon. My air conditioner stopped working. I went all the way home, about 2.5 hours with no air. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put it in the shop. I was actually about to go on vacation. We had took the truck to my shop to get it repaired. This was probably 2 days later, maybe, give or take. Took it there, and about 2 days. And fired the truck up, heading over to the shop. The air was working again. So I said, okay, I'm still taking it to the shop because I want it to be looked at to make sure everything was fine. And they did. They went through it. Said I was about a pound low in Freon, which was interesting because I just had my condenser coil, my condenser replaced, and with that replaced, obviously the system had to be vacuumed down. And he said, well, maybe they just didn't vacuum it down well enough, and when they pressurized it, they get an accurate reading. So he vacuumed it down thoroughly and refilled it. He said, you should be good to go. Your AC compressor is fine. I see no issues with the electrical. Everything is good. I said, okay, great. Went on about my business. Got back in town, got the truck, delivered a couple loads. Air worked fine. Let's go back to the night before last. Riding again, and my truck is cold, man. It's working. It's cold. And we turned the temperature down again. I grabbed the control, turned it down to just before a little bit of heat, and I can tell all of a sudden again that my air went out again. Next morning, gets up, fire the truck up again after I shut down for the night. Air's still not working. Now I'm concerned. I'm going through everything. I disconnected. I'm checking everything. I tried to see if I could check my relays and my fuses, but I couldn't get it in because I need a star nut. Didn't have a star screw. So I couldn't get it to see my fuses. So I'm now concerned. I'm like, I gotta deliver this load. I can't not run this load. I'm gonna get on down to North Carolina, and over the weekend maybe if I have some time, I'll take it in and get looked at if I have time. If not, I'll do it when I get home. I was gonna have to suffer. So I'm riding, man. I left LaGrange, Indiana. I get to around Lima, Ohio. I still don't got no air. Now, mind you, I'm turning the system on and off just to see if it will kick in. So finally, I just turned it off. About 4 hours later, man. Let me turn it on. Not 4 hours from the time I left the morning prior. I turned my system on. All of a sudden, the air started to work again. So now, and you probably can tell, I'm not going to touch my thermostat. I'm not touching it. I'm freezing right now. I just opened the window. I'm not going to touch it because it's supposed to be triple-digit temperatures down here. I am not touching anything on my air conditioner except the speed of the fan. And when I get back, I'm going to have it looked at. But if anybody that is listening to this right now, this is a Freightliner, 2017 Freightliner Cascadia. If anyone has any theory as to what this is, let me know in the comments, please. I'm stumped. I have no idea what this could be. I think I'm gonna call tech support today if I have a little time and see if I can get some type of answers from them. But I know us as truckers, we experience different things and we tend to get better information because we're out here in the field. So if anybody can do that, let's do it. But let's get on down here to Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's get this first one off. It's beautiful out here, man. Look at that. I thought I'd just give you this little bit of this view. I've never ridden or driven this particular part of 77 going down into Charlotte. Never did. Never driven this coming off of 81. It's pretty. Let's go. Well, I am empty. That took 10 minutes. But I got 2 more stops to make here in Charlotte. 4 total, including the last stop. 4 total. But that was easy. They got 2 skids. I got total of 4 more skids. Each stop has 1 skid apiece. So, you know, sometimes I don't mind these multiple stop loads. I don't mind them, especially if you can get to where you're going and then knock them out. They don't have you waiting. And generally, it's these specialized places, like a place that has doors, you know, or cabinets, stuff like that. You know what I mean? They specialize. They're not going to have you long. They're not going to have you in the place a long time because, you know, they don't have a lot of traffic, a lot of truck traffic, and they want to get you out of there because you're taking up all their lot space because the places be smaller. So I don't mind them. I like them sometimes. And a lot of times they give you an appointment, but the appointments are flexible anyway because, you know, they just want to get it unloaded so they can categorize it and put it in their inventory and go on about their business. So I like them. I don't mind them. So we're gonna get over to the next stop here and put this in my GPS and get over to the next stop, and hopefully it goes as smooth as this one did. See you in a minute. Go ahead. You got it. Morning, Rise and Shine. Rise, I've shined a little bit more already, but it's all good. I am just finished my 4th stop on this run. Remember I was in Charlotte yesterday with 3 stops. I got 2 here in Georgia. I just finished the first one. I got an hour and a half deadhead up to, not deadhead, drive up to Duluth, and then I will deliver the last one and then head over to Anderson, South Carolina with a load going to Kansas. But yesterday morning, I was mentioning about my air, how it went out on me. About a couple hours after that, it started up again. My air started. Now, mind you, I didn't touch anything. I touched nothing, and the air came back on. And last night, I let my truck run for a little while because it was pretty hot. It was like 107 degrees according to the truck. And I let my truck idle for a couple hours, and then all of a sudden, my air just stopped again. So right now, without air. So I anticipate it's going to come back on. So I'm thinking my compressor's going out. If anybody got any theory on that, let me know in the comments what your thought is. I'm thinking my compressor is failing on me and it's just cutting in and out. That's my thought, my theory. But we'll see. I got to get through this week because right now I don't have time to get it done. Get it done back in my home shop when I get back into my area in Northwest Indiana. But I'm going to shoot up here and get this last load off. This one was funny because they didn't recognize the PO number because it's not their PO number. It's the customer who they order, the vendor who they ordered the product from, PO number. I kept trying to tell them that it's not your PO, it's their PO. So take their PO and correspond it with your PO, and I'm pretty sure they'll match. Sure enough, it did. It took about 30 minutes to cross that bridge for us to come to an agreement. The reality was that product was coming off my truck. At the end of the day, it was coming off my truck because this is the address that it was coming to. There's nothing I can do with the stuff. So let's get on over to our next stop, man, and get this load off and get this load completed. As I sweat it out. Maybe the good news is maybe I'll lose some weight. Let's do it. Oh, family, I have finished that 5-stopper load that I had. and I still got no air conditioning. You know, it's one thing not to have air, but then not to have air during the most historically hot period known to mankind. Oh my God! Huh? Yeah, man. This is it's real. My dashboard says 94 degrees. Here in Georgia, it's noon. Might get a little hotter. Yesterday was about 100 degrees right this time. Like I said, maybe I'll lose some weight. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's got to be a scan. It has to be my compressor. It has to be my compressor. The compressor was brand new when I got this truck. I guess you say it's 2.5 years old. A friend of mine told me, my mechanic buddy said, oh yeah, man, he changes those out yearly. And I'm saying to myself, an AC compressor yearly? No. You don't gotta change the AC compressor out yearly. But maybe every other year. God, this is ridiculous. I'm hoping it just pops back on. I've been lucky, but it's become more frequent as of late. And first it was like every, so many days. Now it's every day. So last night might have been the death of it. Who knows? I got a few more days left. I don't have any time to get it done, because I stack loads. I stack my loads. I don't book a load and then go deliver it and then go find another load. I stack them. You know what I mean? So I have loads lined up. And I really don't have a gap in between to change that. To get a new compressor. So I'll get it done when I get back home next week. It's all right. But I'm heading to Anderson. I got probably about another 60 miles to go. Get over to Anderson, South Carolina, drop and hook, grab the load and come on home. Well, not home. Going to Salina, Kansas. About a 16-hour run. Got to be there Sunday morning at 5 a.m. And it is currently Friday noon. So I got some running to do. Get this load head the other direction and around the clock. So that's what's happening, y'all. Ha! Jesus. I'm going to wrap this one up. You know what I say? Keep doing what you're doing so you can see what it does. I'll see you on the next the next video with the Highway Pitmaster.